Orochi is an interesting case for a hero because you can pull off some pretty cool advanced maneuvers if you're good enough, while at the same time this being one of the easiest heroes to play in the entire game, even at a low level. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, the problem is dodge cancels, or rather, the way these dodge cancels play into the moveset. His dodge attack has a pretty decent hitbox, it's undodgeable for whatever reason, and covers a lot of distance, so you can pretty much spam it, yes, spam it in teamfights, and it's super duper safe. Let's say, for example, you're surrounded by enemies, so you zone attack, which again, it's a really good zone attack, so you wipe everybody off your face, then dodge attack away, boom, you are no longer surrounded by enemies. It's that easy. And of course, even if you whiff your dodge attack, you still get access to all your chain mix-ups, which in and on themselves are all very good. This is clearly way too strong. Orochi should not be able to dodge attack repeatedly if he whiffs. And the dodge attack shouldn't be undodgeable either, because it's really unfair the way Orochi can dodge attack repeatedly over and over and over, escaping situations where he otherwise would get punished. But if you try to dodge, nuh-uh, it's undodgeable, so you don't get to. Pair this up with chain heavies that deal a ton of damage and have a ton of range. Pair this up with the zone attack, which is also incredibly good. Pair this up with the fact that he can get accidental deflects on random panic dodge attacks, because the input is the exact same. A never-ending chain with lots of damage over the board, and some really powerful feats, and you get yourself an overpowered character. Generally speaking, all of Orochi's moves are good, but because dodge cancels are so accessible, and dodge attacks chain into all the other moves in his moveset, he's basically got unlimited, unrestricted access to all these moves at any given point, which again, because of dodge cancels, are all really difficult or borderline impossible to punish on certain situations depending on your hero. So what should be done is remove the undodgeable property, swap the deflect input, like they did with PK, nerf the damage on the chain heavies, and most importantly, make it so that he can't dodge if his previous dodge attack whiffed. And while we're on the topic, do this with all the other heroes like Berserker, Pirate, Ephera. It's clear that some of the most strongest heroes in this game all have this in common. Unrestricted, overpowered dodge cancels. The ability to escape what would otherwise be a punish, while being garbage invulnerable, while moving you around in a teamfight and allowing you to continue your combo. This is easily one of the most broken abilities in this game, and you can look at somebody like Zanhu. The reason nobody complains about Zanhu's dodge cancels is because they're slower, and the dodge attack itself isn't that useful in teamfights. Nobody complains about Shinobi's backflip. I mean, people do complain about Shinobi for a lot of reasons, but it's not about the backflip itself, because it's very vulnerable to guard breaks. You need to give them some kind of drawback so that they can't be abused, because they are being abused. Let me give you another example. Tiandi. His dodge attack is, yes, undodgeable. And it's got the crushing counter property too, so why is it that he can't spam this ability in teamfights? One, it's not enhanced, so if you externally block it, the Tiandi just stops. Two, it's got no iframes, so it's a lot harder to go ooga booga because chances are you're still gonna get hit. Three, it doesn't even move you around that much. And finally, the hitbox itself is very small. So clearly, it's not that infinite dodge attacking is a bad thing. It's all the properties tied to the move, and all the moves you can do after that really sell it. For this reason, every character should be looked at individually. For example, Ephera. The dodge cancels are a bit different than the usual because they're a bit more like Shinobi. So let's actually delve deep here. When are Ephera's dodge cancels undeniably unfair? Well, to point out just one instance, the fact that she can kick you and then the kick wall splats for like 35 damage, and it's not even guard breakable depending on your timing, and if you try to dodge attack it, she can sometimes recovery cancel, kick you again with 18 damage minimum, and 35 if you're near a wall. And she gets to do this all over again, indefinitely. So in the case of Ephera, all you need to do is make her not able to recovery cancel out of ashes, and maybe add some more damage nerfs. And I know this is not even an Orochi video anymore, but it's his fault all this is happening. Years ago he got a rework where dodge cancels were the main selling point, and everyone got like, recovery cancels, yummy. And the game hasn't been the same since then. To make this perfectly clear, I love recovery cancels when they're done tactfully and elegantly, and not just slapped into a hero's kit to make them stronger. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the video. See ya.